you guys, I have come to the realization that nobody talks about the reverse culture shock of moving back. Nobody talks about it. You think it is easy to just go to another man's country and then come back and then think that everything is going to be all roses? News flash. It is not. It's actually very traumatizing. I'm never going to lie to you. Like, dude, I did have culture shock when I was going abroad, like, learning a new language, adapting to the accent, all of that stuff, dude. But like coming back thinking that things were going to be familiar because I had lived it all my life, and then coming back and then realizing that I was wrong. I was very much wrong. I think it comes from like the perspective of like I was a different person while I was here, and then I moved back and I'm a completely different person. And the person that was here the first time I was here is not the same person that is here that I'm here now. So it's really been super tough, like adapting and like figuring it out, and trying to just become part of the society, because I was never meant to fit in. I was meant to stand out. Okay, but like I'm standing out and I'm alone, you know what I mean? Like anyways, that's kind of what the episode is about, right? That's kind of what the episode is about today. So I do kind of want to just talk about like what I mean by this, because like some people are like, okay, what is reverse culture shock? And just like, like what are certain things? So like before leaving, I don't know why, like sometimes I try to remember what home was before I left. But that time of my life, I'm never going to lie to you. I don't want to sound ridiculous, but like that time of my life was a blur. Like I can't remember half of the things that happened. I don't remember it being as loud as it is now being back. Like I don't remember it being so hypocritical. I don't remember, but also like, did I really care at that time? I was like how old? Like 18, 19? I only cared about myself, like, but like now it's like real life is setting in, like things are actually happening. I'm more self-aware of certain things, and it's just like, dude, like WTF, like actually WTF, like what is happening, what is going on, are we okay, is this society okay? Because I think for me, like a couple of things that like hit me first, like when it came to culture shocks and just adapting back here, is just like the madness and the aggressiveness of everything. Like everything is so mad and everything is so aggressive. Like you have to yell to get your point across. Like some people are turned on by your yelling, you get what I mean? Like some people trigger you to yell because it turns them on, in the sense of like, oh my gosh, like this is her crazy side, I kind of like it, and then there's also like just the air is freaking toxic. Like there's cars on the road that shouldn't be on the road. I know I'm being like super picky about this, but there's just like certain things that like I'm not used to, and I'm like repeatedly traumatized. I feel like every day is like just a day to be like traumatized, either by like the loud horns, or the smoke in the air, or just like people just screaming. And I don't know why. I think okay, no. I think okay. I stayed somewhere for 5 years where to horn at somebody was illegal. You affected their mental health. Like they feel triggered. Like that's where I lived for 5 years. Yelling. Why are we yelling? I wasn't in a place where they yelled. Like why would I come here and be yelling? Why are you talking to me in the yelling voice? Why are you trying to trigger me so bad just to see if you can? You know what I mean? I think that is probably why my reverse culture shock is like absolutely crazy. Because, dude, like, what do you mean? I have to be mad. Like, thank God for my sister, because like my sister is like the crazy one. Okay. And I mean that in the most positive way. Like, you need a crazy person to be able to survive here. I'm so sorry. Like, you need somebody who's like, they don't take nonsense. They would literally deck you if you try rubbish. Right. And I'm not any of those people. Like, my voice doesn't go high because I'm also somebody who kind of sees red. Like, when you trigger me, like it takes a lot for me to like hands on you type shit. And then when hands are on you, I don't even know what is going on in the moment. You know what I mean? So like I've never been in that kind of situation. I don't ever want to be in that kind of situation. That situation has only happened once, which was with my sister. And I feel like that is like okay, because like blood and shit and stuff, you know what I mean? But it's also like the information here is not commonplace. And I say this just because like I've been trying to like get my NYSC together, right? Since I've been here. NYSC is this thing where you do it for the country, blah blah blah. But just the fact that like the information is not commonplace, people use it as an opportunity to like scam you and make money off of you. And if you don't know any better, you will get scammed. It really stresses me out. It really, really stresses me out because we reached out to this one person, right? And we had asked, like, okay, like, how much is it to do NYSC and stuff and like do all the stuff? And they were upright like 150K. This is not for direct posting or nothing. Like, this is literally just to get my degree evaluated. 150K. Are we okay in the room? It is not to say, and I think like another thing that really pisses me off is like when people be like, oh, like if you have the money for it, like just pay. If you don't have the money for it, just say that. Babes, why would I give you 150K for something that costs literally only 25K? Be economical, babes. What? And I hate like, oh my gosh, like there's just so many things, dude. Like there's so many things. I just like, oh my gosh, like there's so many things. Like reverse culture shock is just like learning how people think here, learning how people move here, learning like when to use your accent, when not to use your accent, learning when to like act like, act a certain way. Like, oh my gosh, like everything is so performative. My God. Like, and it's like you have to be performative even though you don't want to be performative, because like then it's just like holier than thou. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I think like for me, like that's kind of been why I've been trying to just navigate, because it's like, why do I want to be friends with somebody who I actually don't like? Like why? And then it's so normal here, and I'm like, and then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, like you're being friends with this person because they might know people who you might be friends with, but also like I don't actually like this person. Like I don't like this person's morals. I don't like this person's values, and I don't want to be around this person. And I'm not trying to be picky or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, but it's also like, ew, my gosh. Like, those are just kind of the things I've been struggling with. Like, when you move abroad, you're struggling with desperation to make friends. When you move back, especially like when you had no friends here in the first place, right? So like all the friends I had here have all traveled to the US, Canada, Europe, wherever. So I don't really have any friends here. You know what I mean? Like I have 3 friends here. Okay. And I'm also the type of person, like I mentioned in the last episode, like I'm also the kind of person that like, I know that all these people have their lives. They all have their people here. And I kind of just look like I'm just like intruding, and I'm just like, I need to have my own friends. Like besides them, because they have their own cliques of people, I need to have my own people. I need to have my own friends that could be like, hey, like what's up? Let's hang out type shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's kind of where I'm at right now, the struggle of making friends, the struggle of also making good friends, because I'm also at the age where I can't just be friends with you, just be friends with you. Frontal lobe has been developed, you know what I mean? Like I can't just be friends with you just to be friends with you, like just because I'm desperate. Like if I don't like your energy, I don't like your aura, I can't be friends with you, So that's like one of the things I'm navigating. Food, babes, I've missed food so much, like, but like my tummy is always having a fit, but like, food is something I could get used to. I could always get used to food. Another thing is just like how people talk, like, when to say certain things, like learning the slangs again. So like when I first came, like now I'm good, dude. Like now I could go to the market and I could speak pidgin and I could be like, dude, like last price. Like, everything here is like last price. Like you have to be real quick with it. You know what I mean? So like now I could go to the market and I could go to the market by myself. But like when I first came, I couldn't go anywhere by myself because my accent was still really, really strong. Even though my accent is still strong now, like I know how to code switch from speaking my regular Nigerian accent to like speaking my US accent. Like I'm able to like decipher like when I'm speaking to certain people type thing. But it's also like that also gets exhausting, like code switching fatigue, and then also having people be like, oh my gosh, Biani, like you're not even using your real accent, like you're performing. Like my baby, you know what? I've been in this place for 5 years. Like people forget, like when I come here and people are like, oh Biani, you're using American accent, like why are you forming, like you're just talking with us? Babes, do you think I just woke up and I'm like, you know what? I want to speak in this accent. No. If I want to speak in this accent, I would. If I want to be performative with an accent, I would be speaking the British accent. Like, crack on, my nigga. Like, what are we talking about? But no, I lived in the US for 5 years, surrounded by white people because I went to a PWI. Babes, the accent is not just gonna go. People are like, okay, but Biani, you haven't lived there all your life. You only lived there for 5 years. Again, I repeat, I lived with people who own the accent constantly. I wasn't surrounded by any Africans. I wasn't surrounded by anyone with any of that kind of accent. Of course, my accent is going to adapt to their accent because it's a form of survival. You know what I mean? So like I also have to deal with that coming home and like having to code switch. But like honestly, like that isn't really crazy. I mean, also that's why I started a podcast, Wannabe Americana. Like, shoot, like if you want to call me fake, go off, my queen. That's why I'm a Wannabe Americana, duh. But it's like there's that, right? And then there's also the issue of knowing the system. Knowing the system. I think for me, I be so triggered, dude, when I get stopped by the police. I be so triggered, dude. Like, y'all don't understand. Because they come, they frustrate you, and then in my mind, I want to just like scream and be like, get the frick away from our car. Like, don't come out here begging for money, and don't come out here doing the most. Don't come out, like, I went out with my friend, right? And another thing I've noticed here is the signs are not that bright. The signs are not that obvious, right? So imagine you driving at night, right? And then you mistakenly like go the wrong way because you're not familiar with the place, and also the signs are not that clear, so you go the wrong way. And this is like your first time warning. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? This is your first time warning. And immediately on the first time warning, they want you to pay over 100K. First time warning. And it's crazy to me because I remember the first time I got like caught by the police, like when I was going like the wrong way or something in the US. And she was like, oh, this is not the road you're supposed to take. And I was, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm not familiar with this area at all. And she was like, okay, where are you going to? Go this way instead. But no, that is not the case here. The case here is drop money because you passed the wrong way. There's no form of forgiveness or nothing. And that really throws me off because it's just like, I don't know why. It just throws me off because it's just like, you could actually just let someone off the first time. You get what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, you could actually just, but you really want that money. And another thing I noticed is like, you want that money so bad, but you know it's illegal. So you tell the person that they should get the money out in cash because I feel like they monitor their bank accounts when they see like ridiculous amounts of money. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But like that, those are all the things I've been kind of adjusting to and adjusting with. And it's honestly so funny to me because my sister, like anytime I like, you know, we get into an encounter with police, I'm always quiet because my sister's like, Bianca, like just don't say anything, don't speak, nothing, because I have nothing positive to say about these people. They're like, police is your friend. Y'all don't like us. You don't care about us. You only care about yourself. You only care about your pockets. I'm so sorry. But like, those are kind of things I'm navigating right now, right? One of my biggest fears when I was coming back is the issue of respect here. And people are so quick to be like, oh my gosh, I'm your senior, so you have to respect me. I'm like, my nigga, are they selling respect? Like, is the good money, is it going to pay you? Are they going to give you 5 million naira if they pay you the good money? You get what I mean? And I was really, really nervous about that because I feel like I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm no longer like scared of adults. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm actually not scared of you. Like, you can't yell at me because we're both adults. You cannot yell at me. You cannot talk to me anyhow. You cannot talk down to me. Right? And I know. I'm like the African child that is very rebellious, blah, 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 blah. But I worked hard to get to this point, and you're not going to like diminish what I worked hard to build, you know? And again, I thank God for my parents because I have parents who are like so like advanced in their way of thinking and advanced in their understanding of things because they are the ones who taught me to be like this. They're the ones who gave me the confidence to be, you know, bold and strong and confident in myself as a woman, as a Nigerian woman out here in the streets, you know, and they respect everything I do and they respect everything I have to offer. I mean, yes, they're also quick to like call me out on my bullshit and stuff like that, but like, you know, we can have a conversation and there would be progress in the conversation. But like, I've also like met adults here where I would say something and like, why are you, and they'd be like, why are you having a conversation with me? Or why are you talking to me? We're not mates. And I'm like, babes, like, what do you think you are? Not even who, like, what do you think you are? Like, babes, like, did I make sense? Did the point make sense? Were you talking to me when we were having a conversation? Yes. Was it an open discussion? Yes. Like, why do you think I cannot have a say because I'm the youngest adult in the group? Like, those kind of things be pissing me off. Like, but also have to remember, like, respect is such a huge thing here. some people are very insecure and they just need respect to kind of boost their ego, you know. So I have to constantly think about that. And I'm just like, okay, babes, like, go off, queen. Like, you want to be so big, go off. Like, do I respect you? Absolutely not. But do you want performative respect? I will give that shit to you. You know what I mean? Like, I will give it to you because no, I'm not even going to. I'm never going to tolerate this conversation. But my face will always show. My face will always show. I just feel like I've been raised to believe that respect is given to those who deserve it and it's not demanded. Once you demand my respect, it's gone. I'm so sorry. Like, please get the frick away from my face. Another thing, like, with the whole reverse culture shock is just like how much I cringe at certain things. You know, like how much I cringe at like just some things that I see here. You know, like I'm just like that is so embarrassing. Like I don't know. Like I feel like I came from such a liberal country. Like I lived somewhere liberal for so long that like when I hear certain conversations, I'm just like, babe, shut the fuck up. That's not your kid. Mind your business. Like, uh, like I'm such a firm believer that I feel like everybody needs to travel abroad, either the UK, US, Europe, wherever, just to like experience not being judged, just to experience how much nobody actually cares about you and how much everyone is so caught up in their own lives. You know what I mean? Here, I come here and I hear somebody like this one kid had his hair braided, and this lady was like, "Oh my gosh, he's such a bad child because he had his hair braided." And I had to pause and be like, "Is that your kid? Is he your kid? Is the boy going home to his father's house, and his father is accepting him into his house? Thank you. So it's none of your business. Mind your business." Like, or you see somebody with colored hair and you just immediately assume that this person is a prostitute or they have nothing going on for themselves. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, what do you have going on for yourself? Like, those kind of things just make me cringe because it's like I've been somewhere that's so liberal where people are doing whatever the frick they want to do, and then you come here and people who are talking shit about other people are people who have nothing going on for themselves either. And I'm like, babes, like, shut up. Like, shut up, please. Like, please. Like, honestly, like those kind of conversations, I try my hardest not to even be involved in those conversations. And this is not even like my generation having this kind of conversations, is the older generations having this kind of conversations where I'm just like, you know what, like I either excuse myself and I'm just like, or I just be like, is that your kid? Then why are you worried about him? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Another thing is just like also like understanding, another thing that makes me cringe is just like understanding like how things work here. Like when I was abroad, like I could take my camera anywhere I wanted to take my camera to and record anywhere I wanted to, as long as I was being respectful of people in the background. But here it's so double standard here, where it's just like, oh, it only has to be a certain type of people that can use their camera here. Like everything here is so double standard, and I'm like, can we get the frick on? Like I don't know, like, and also just like being somebody who just came back, like you have to. I don't even know. I actually don't even know. Like there's just so many double standards here that I can't wrap my head around. I can't figure out. I can't understand. It's like, what are we doing? What is everybody doing? Like, why are we acting the way that we are acting? Why is it that you assume that you hear an accent and you immediately believe that this person can be messed around with? Like, this person can be, just kicked around like a ball because you hear an accent? No. Like, and it's so exhausting to me because I was listening to a story from one of my friends and she was like, oh, like, her and her friends had gone out. Right, her and her friends had gone out and police had stopped them, and police collected 500K from these kids. 500K from these kids. 500K from these kids, and they all had accents. I said, everybody here is mad. Everybody here is mad. And I go back to the point of saying, like, you don't know enough. You don't know enough. So you're just like, I don't know. Like, you don't know enough. So you're just, there's nothing you could do. I just wish that we could have, like, I don't know, like sometimes I wish we could have support groups or just like something where anybody who's coming back kind of has an idea of what they're coming back to. Like, what do they need to do? What should they be aware of with the police? Like, what do they need to be aware of in terms of like restaurants? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just more information being spread around, more information being distributed. I don't know, like, and it comes back to like not having friends before you go, because like if you have friends here who have lived here, who kind of know the system, who understand the system, if you have people here who are like your age mates who know the system, understand the system, you won't necessarily be played with as much as those who have no clue what is going on here. And that's why I really feel bad for like people who just come and say they want to, visit Nigeria for the first time. They've never been, they don't know anything, they have no clue, they have no idea, because it's like, you have no idea. That's why these people are fumbling us. Like, ew, my gosh, like, I don't know. I'm just like really, really stressed. I'm really, really stressed about the whole situation. And I feel like reverse culture shock is something we need to talk about a lot more. And just like being more open about this conversation on just like what is happening, what you need to know, what is going on. And I mean, this is not just for Nigeria. I mean, like, so many people are moving back to their different cities, and I feel like everyone, like, I feel like we need to create like support groups or something, dude, like, just to converse, like, people who have been back, who, people have been back, who have been there longer, who kind of know the ins and outs of certain things, who can give advice to people who are just coming for the first time. So yeah, if somebody could do that, that'd be great. Another thing that I did, like, I just feel like it's so exhausting with culture shock here. It's just like everything feels the same, but also it's not the same. Like everything you left behind the first time you left, it's not the same thing. And I think like that is so difficult to like accept, and like so difficult to navigate, and so difficult to just like move with, because like the thing with moving back is you have to be outside. You have to constantly be searching for people, constantly be searching for community, because when you come back, you're by yourself, you're alone, you have no one. Like, you have your family, yes, you have your friends, yes, but like everybody has their life, and you just added yourself into the mix of everybody else's life. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, you just added yourself into the mix, and now you have to navigate that, and they have to like obviously be there to support you, but like there's only so much support that somebody could give you. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much support that could go around. Like, you need to be able to find your footing. You get what I mean? Like, whether that be going out constantly to meet different types of people, whether that be like just tolerating shit, whether that be paying ridiculous amounts of money just because you don't know the truth about certain things, or just whether that also be getting scammed because people are crazy and people are just like mean and horrible and evil. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, I feel like reverse culture shock is definitely something that we need to talk about more, because like it's crazy. Like, it's really, really crazy. Like, if you don't know the information, you don't know the places you need to be at, like, I don't know. I just be like me, like how I've been navigating it. Honestly, I'm just be taking it one step at a time. Like, I'm like I mentioned earlier, like I came back because like I feel like I have a purpose here that I need to fulfill, and I'm okay with that purpose, like doing that purpose alone and like figuring out alone. But like obviously there's nothing you could figure out alone, so I have like very specific people that I have in my life right now that are, just like instruments of God in my life, and just like helping me navigate certain things. But it's also like I don't know. I'm also trying to navigate it. I don't know if I'm still reverse culture shocked or whatever, but I'll let you know. Dude, because the truth is I'm figuring out myself. I don't fucking know what I'm doing either. Okay? But yeah, that's really all I got for this episode, dude, because I don't know. I just really, really wanted to talk about this because I just feel like we need to start talking about reverse culture shock a lot more. Like, people feel it. People who move back definitely feel it. I definitely see on social media people talking about just like, how they feel alone, how they feel like they don't know what they're doing with life, and also like moving back is just like, especially if you move back so unplanned, it's like your life is paused, like you don't even know what you're doing with life and you're just trying to navigate it. And then, there's no particular blueprint. Obviously, there's no blueprint in life, period, on how to navigate certain things. But it's just like, damn, like if there was some sort of something to kind of just like know, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, shoot, I guess that's kind of also why Wannabe Americana is, because I want this to kind of be a small supportive support group for us who are just wannabes who don't freaking know what the heck is going on, and we're just stuck in between worlds of like navigating different types of, that's just kind of like what I really hope for what this podcast is. So, hopefully this episode really helped you out. If you're in a state of reverse culture shock right now, the truth is, babes, shit, do any of us know what the heck is going on? No. But one day at a time, I think that is the best advice. Like, one day at a time, and hopefully like it gets better. And if it doesn't get better, you could always move back, babe. Like, life is never that hard. It just is the way it is, and it is what it is at the end of the day, But yeah, that's really all I have for this episode. I feel like I was really aggressive in this episode. I don't know. I hope you didn't feel too aggressive. I hope I wasn't yelling too much. I was just really, really passionate about this. I really was. But anywho, like I said, previous episode, we do have Wannabe Americana hotline. We have the Wannabe hotline. If you have any thoughts, any comments, anything you just like, if anything you're just feeling today, anybody that's pissing you off, anybody wants to talk about, hit the Wannabe Americana hotline. Literally, the link is in the description, so definitely check that out. And it's also somewhere here, I think. I don't know. I'm just probably put it there. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.